All right, so here's the deal. I was out with a friend doing burnouts in this CAMMED Silverado.
Let's go!
And he told me it sounds like a mosquito. So today, we have long tube headers, a catalytic converter free Y pipe for off-road use only, some mirror caps, spark plugs that for some reason retail at $13 a piece, new last fit bulbs, new multi-layer steel gaskets from Michigan Motorsports. We're still waiting on a couple things from the Y pipe back, so you guys will see what I decide to do there later on. First things first, let's take these wheels off and pull these fender liners out. That way we can access the stock manifolds from the outside. These little clip removers are probably some of the best $10 you guys will ever spend. I'm not left-handed, but you guys can see. Stick them in there like this, pry it out, and you're done. Next thing we're gonna do is we are taking off all of the plug wires so that we can get to the bolts. And we have borrowed an induction heater from one of Riley's friends, and we're gonna turn these bolts red hot, and hopefully they'll just come right out. Although we do have one that's all the way back on the driver's side that we're not gonna worry about currently. It's
scary.
A little bit broken. This right here is what's called a magnetic induction heater. Pretty much it uses electric current to turn a bolt head red hot in like 30 seconds. These things are like a couple $100 on Amazon, and they work pretty good. I also have been spraying these head bolts with PB Blast. I'd spray it once to twice a week, and hopefully that buys us a little leniency in these things breaking. Not 100% sure. Oh. Did it come out?
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, two are out. We will catch you guys when we're finished with the last of these and on to the other side. Good news and bad news. Good news first is all of the exhaust bolts are removed. The bad news is that one of them removed itself by breaking off flush in the head. So now we are evacuating the 3 bolts that hold the mid pipe to the truck. And we are doing the same on this side.
I bet you that's your fucking leak right here.
I did have an exhaust leak.
That one's off.
But we're fixing the exhaust leak the proper way by installing long tubes. Yeah, I would be willing to bet money that that's where my exhaust leak was coming from right there.
Sounds like 2 chipmunks.
Now for the mid pipe to come the rest of the way off. Now we are taking off the O2 sensor wires so that we can just drop the whole mid pipe with the O2s in it and take them out once we got it on the ground. Good job, Riley. Gotta be honest, I have not a single clue how this thing's gonna come out of here. All right, I don't know why I'm struggling so hard right now. Thanks, Chevy, for putting a cross member where my pipe should be. This thing's about to catch my sawzall. Eat my junk. More progress has been made. We're currently looking at a barren surface with many good holes, but we're probably gonna have to fill that hole with the welder, a washer, and a nut. See if we can penetrate enough to get that out of there. Got the old plugs out and the new plugs are going in, and we are using just a little bit of anti-seize on here just so that it doesn't get stuck in there for the next guy. We've got all the spark plugs in now, as you can see, and Riley is working on getting the last of the bolts out. This has got to be the most beautiful tool I've ever seen, and its name is Hot Rod.
Thanks. Hot rod and a hot rod.
Goodbye, old manifold. Let's reuse these.
I think we should. They look brand new.
While Riley is preheating and reheating our broken exhaust bolt on the driver's side, I'm just taking off any small imperfections I find on the new headers. I did find a couple small ones. I just wanted to sand that down, make sure it's perfectly flat. That way we have a good seal on this, because I definitely don't want these to leak. So for cylinder number 7's broken bolt here, we removed the spark plug, heated this up a few times with the induction heater. Now we're going to grab a hold of it with a pair of good vice grips and try to give it a twist and see if it comes out. All right, what do we end up having to do?
So we welded a nut on the end of the driver's side stud.
After getting it to successfully thread in, which I think is crazy. All the spark plugs are out on this side. I did blow out the holes, and we're gonna clean out the plug holes a little bit because it looks like there's a little buildup in there, and it actually looks like cylinder number 3 here did have a little leak. It's also probably worth a mention that these AC Delco plugs that I'm replacing the NGKs with do come pre-gapped, which is just like everything else that lines up next to my 4.8. We're hoping very much that... Damn. Here we go.
Let's go.
Right now we have both of the broken off bolts that are finally extracted. We put some never sees on the plugs and torqued them down. And we actually are gonna clean up this gasket mating surface with some Scotch-Brite and some brake parts cleaner here. We are all cleaned up now. I used a Scotch-Brite as well as a wire brush on my drill to get any oxidation and nastiness and buildup off of both sides of the cylinder heads. This is gonna be a job where I need 4 hands to put this in, and I don't have another cameraman or a tripod right now, so I will see you guys once the headers are mocked up. We have the long tubes loosely mocked up, and I'm absolutely in love with them. We haven't torqued any of the bolts yet. We are going to set the Y pipe in just to make sure everything fits properly. Then we're going to do a first pass with 11 foot-pounds on all the bolts. Then we're gonna do a second pass at 18 foot-pounds, and then I'll check them again after 100 miles. We're just finishing up the final torquing right now. We did actually have to take the passenger header back off the truck to fit that Y pipe because that thing sucked to fit. So we're gonna have to tighten down those clamps after this, and I'll give you guys an open Y pipe startup. I was gonna do open headers, but I'd rather just have the Y pipe on and not have to deal with burning our hands once we do this because the header would have to come back off. It is getting very late, so we just put this wheel well liner in. Now I'm gonna put this wheel well liner in and 2 tires, and I will see you guys on startup. Now, just for the sake of I don't have the other muffler in just yet, or the other tailpipe section, we're going to bolt whatever muffler this is. That way I can drive it for a few days, and I will see you guys through the magic of editing in those few days. New day here, and we have a couple goodies here from Amazon and Speedy's. We picked up the Speedy Smooth. Reason for this is the truck is just obnoxious. It is way too loud. It is way too rappy. Above 4,500, it sounds pretty good, but we're going to, quiet her down a little bit. We've also got a 90 and a piece of straight pipe so that we can put this 3-inch to dual 4-inch exhaust tip right out the side in back of the rear door. The original plan was to run the 90 out the side right here with the tips right here. But because there's 8 million different bends here and we have a cross member in the way of the muffler, we're kind of running into a situation where we can't. The only logical solution here that doesn't require another 5 hours worth of work is to put the Speedy's muffler where the Black Widow was because it's about the same length. And we're going to have to run it all the way out the back with the pipe that's already existent. Put another 30 on here. That way we can run our tip to look something like this. Goodbye, Black Widow. Hello, Speedy's equipment. Little mock up here. It's gonna look pretty good, but we gotta hit O'Reilly's and grab some pipe that's the right size. We've got her welded on now. We haven't done the exhaust tip quite yet. We still have to do that. I've been made aware that my truck has 2 3/4 exhaust on it, not 3-inch exhaust on it. My bad. So we went to O'Reilly's, and this is everything that they have in 2 3/4 and 2 1/2, and we are going to try to do some things and make this angle look right. We've got it tacked up now. We're gonna put the hanger on, weld it in, and make it look decent, and then paint from there back in black, just because we didn't have the right stuff to make.
Oh, are you speaking?
Before we let the truck down, I got some new bulbs from Last Fit. They sent me some more bulbs for this video. These are going to be the fogs. The truck did have LED lights in there, but they kind of suck, so we're going to replace them with these, which are going to be way brighter. Here are the old headlights. These things. Electrical tape and nastiness. Junk. We also have new switchback LEDs because the cheapest ones on Amazon did fail, like, actually immediately. I actually don't even know if they ever worked, but they hyper flashed. The DRL function didn't work at all, so we have much better ones. Hopefully no hyper flash out of these. Almost forgot. These, which are burnt out, these little 194 marker light bulbs, are getting replaced with the Last Fit 194 marker light bulbs, which are way brighter. And they match all the other LEDs in here, which is going to be pretty cool because it's another running light. Now we just have to do the same thing to that side. But I'm not going to record that because you guys just saw me do this side. Got some backup bulbs from Last Fit as well. Pretty. They worked, but they weren't bright. You couldn't see anything, regardless of the fact that the taillights are tinted. I do love this packaging. Kind of already fell out of place, but we're getting rid of these, which the interior lights in these are also 194s, and they do offer a bunch of different colors. I just like white.
Way brighter, dude.
Yeah, they are, actually.
These bulbs are way brighter than these ones.
Wow. Look at that. You see how bright that is? What do we have here? I don't know what that is. We're going to replace it with this. These actually have a little reflective piece on them also. Nice. We have some skins.
Ooh, look at that.
That are going to match the exhaust tips, and then hopefully when we get rid of these, it'll help these shine a little more.
We gotta go. One shot. Licking stick.
You like that? These may get a bad review on Yelp. These just don't fit right, so they're going back in the bag and probably back to the company. Let's go piss some people off.
Yes!
Blow some donuts.
Yes.
Yeah, Mitch wants to blow some donuts.
I love donuts.
You gotta turn the camera.
No, you do it!
For a ride.
Yes, Daddy!
It is a little bit clappy. Like down low, below 2,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Then you get up towards like the peak of the 3,200 stall. And it's definitely still pretty clappy. But it just sounds so good when it's wide open. Oh man, she sounds scrumptious. I'm telling you, I could eat this thing. Hello.
No way that car pulled out. That's nuts.
Hello.
Howdy.
But it's quiet right now.
It is.
Before, those guys probably would be with an unregistered firearm. Now, they hesitated, but they waved, which is good.
This thing gets so after it.
Alrighty, y'all, that's going to be it for this one. First things first here, these I did get to work kinda with some Gorilla Tape just because they weren't returnable. I was like, I might as well try to stick them on. I kind of dig the look of the chrome caps. Second thing, I am so hyped about this exhaust. Honestly, this truck, when I first got it, just didn't sound right. It had the stock manifolds, the stock cats, and apparently had a Black Widow muffler on it due to the sticker on there, and that's what the guy told me. But it didn't sound good because it was blown out. Now we have the long tubes. We have the catless Y pipe for off-road use only. We have the mid pipe that comes back and over the axle to a single in, dual out, 3 to 4 inch tips, which I think look pretty sick. I do wish we could have put them right here, but due to the design of that second cross member, it just sucks. And I couldn't fit the Speedy Smooth in there, and I really wanted to try the Speedy Smooth. It sounds great on cold start, it's cool for around town, and it sounds great when you get on it, and it doesn't get the cops called, ask me how I know, with this muffler on it. If you guys didn't see the regular cab short bed or the Camaro that I used last fit bulbs in, these things are phenomenal. If you guys decide that you want your own last fit bulbs or floor mats or bed liners or accessories, click the link below. The code's JG25. These things are really bright. They last pretty good. Their customer service is great. And I'm being 100% honest. They did not pay me to say this. I do actually have a bad ground in the back of the frame up and under here, or I would give you guys a demonstration of the rear bulbs, as well as I have some sort of problem with my interior that's causing the dome light not to work, even though the side lights work. Next up, we have some paint match for the truck. I want to get rid of those ugly, disgusting door bumper things that are pretty much peeling off as it is. They're pretty trashy. I want to get rid of these very disgusting pinstripes that actually aren't all the way down the truck. I'm also going to reverse level this thing because right now it's on drop spindles in the front and a flip kit in the rear at almost all the way the lowest setting, but it's still raked a little bit. I'd like to bring it down to at least level or almost level with a very slight rake. That way when we put some 20s or some other wheels on this thing, it'll look pretty sick. I did let the SS wheels go. I liked the wheels, I just didn't like them on this truck specifically. I want to reglue the headliner as well at some point. I also want to do radio and speakers and probably at least one sub, but I'm at the point where I have in the truck what it's actually worth, so I kind of want to be sensible from where I go from here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment below with any suggestions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.